Hey, hey, hey! Howdy, howdy, everyone. It's Mr. Bradley again, here with another episode of our Indoor P.E. How is everybody today? Are we good? Can I get a thumbs up? A couple claps? You guys stoked to be here? I wish I could see you guys in person and we could have a fun day, but nonetheless, we're going to do a couple things today that hopefully you can do at home, when you're by yourself, when you're with your parents, with some siblings, what have you. Today is about some games that we can do with, different balls, or some things that we've done in class in the past that I know you guys are familiar with and I know you guys can do at home. Okay? Are you ready? Yes or no? I can't hear you. You guys got to get louder than that. Are you ready? Okay. We'll turn the music down. We're going to get started. All right. So, in PE, during the whole school year, we've done a bunch of units, right? Sometimes we did basketball. Sometimes we did frisbee, right? We do obstacle courses. We do volleyball, soccer, etc. So today, we're going to bring back a couple things from the various units, and I'm going to show you some things that you guys can be doing at home with your brother and sister, with your parents, maybe with your dog or your pets. Okay, that should keep you busy on top of doing some of the other exercises we've shown in the video. All right? So here we go. The first thing we're going to start with, okay? And so today's exercises, okay, or we'll call them games. Today's games can be done by whoever, for our 8th graders, even for our youngest kindergartners. What changes is what you're going to use. For some of our older students, they might use one ball. Maybe it's a bigger ball. They might use 2 balls, 3 balls, whatever. You can get creative. For some of our younger students, we're going to use smaller objects. Maybe things that float a little easier, right? They don't come down so quickly. So basketball probably is not what we're going to use if we're in kindergarten. So I've got a couple things as you can see right here. The first thing, so for some of our younger students, kindergarten, maybe 1st, 2nd graders, we've done this. I don't even know what we call these. You guys got to remind me. But these little handkerchiefs, right? These little see-through colorful things. We've done. We're going to toss these up to ourselves, and we're going to try to catch them. We're going to start with one, okay? So what would I always tell you to do? We scrunch it up. Maybe you guys can get a rag or a towel or a shirt and you cut it, right? Or maybe you have something like this. What you're going to do is you're going to scrunch it up like it's a ball, okay? And with one hand, you're going to stand still in your room, in your kitchen. You can do this wherever, okay? And all you're going to do is toss it up and catch it. You can catch it with the same hand, maybe the other hand, or maybe 2 hands, depending on your level of skill, okay? Again, mix it up. Get creative. Do what you want. Try something new. So, right here, it's in my hand. I'm going to toss it up, and then I catch it. Boom. Easy enough, right? Scrunch it up again. Okay, toss it with the other hand. Grab it. What I want you guys to work on is using both hands. Remember, we always try to do this. One hand we like to use more than the other one, right? Maybe it's our right or our left. I want you guys to use both hands. So it'll look like this if I go a little faster, right? I'm doing good. Here we go. Up, catch. Scrunch it up, throw it up, catch. Now, if you're indoor, there's no wind, so it's perfect. So here's a little game you can play with yourself. Start at a point. Toss it up. If you catch it, take a step forward, right? Toss it up, catch it, take a step forward. If you want to get a little bit more of a challenge, maybe grab another handkerchief, okay? Or 2 things, all right? And what you can do with both hands, right? You can toss them up and try to catch it. Almost missed it, okay? And then take a step forward, all right? You can keep doing that. Depending on if you guys want to make it a little harder, you can go faster, boom, right? You don't have to necessarily scrunch it up, but you can just keep tossing. All right? Okay? Maybe toss it higher. Try to get it. Okay? You can do whatever you want. All right? But the thing we're working on right now for our younger students is using both hands, keeping our eyesight focused on the object we're throwing. So that's the first thing you could do. You could use these little handkerchiefs, right? Like this. Maybe you could have someone throw it to you. Maybe they throw it a little farther and you got to go reach for it. All right, so here, how about this? We throw it far, we go grab it. Okay? You can do whatever you want. So those are little handkerchiefs. Want to get a little tougher? Maybe you grab some ping pong balls. You guys remember these? Okay. Take one ping pong ball at first. Same thing. Toss it up. Try to catch it. Now if you drop it, it's okay. Just grab it again. Make a little adjustment and try to do better the next time. So here we go. I'm here. I toss it. And I grab it. I do it again. Boom. Keep it going. Remember the last exercise, or I'm sorry, the last video, I challenged you guys with a minute of something, right? So how about this? You ask your mom or your dad, right, or your grandparents. Say, hey, time me for 1 minute. Let's see how many times I can catch the ping pong ball, or catch the little handkerchief, or catch whatever we're throwing up. See, challenge yourself. Maybe you can catch it 20 times the first time you try this. And then next time you can catch it 30 times and 40 times. Everything we do, we try to get better at, right? Next, if you want to step up again from that, maybe we can go into, what are these called? Did I hear someone say it? Fluff balls. That is correct. We call these our fluff balls, right? So you guys can throw these up and try to catch it. Maybe with the same hand, okay? Maybe with the opposite hand. Maybe you can only throw it up and catch it with two hands like this. That's all right. Maybe you want to use two balls. Toss them up, try to catch them. Toss them up, try to catch them, right? One, boom. Anybody juggle? Do we have some jugglers in here? So you can use the fluff balls. Then we get into an actual ball. So these are our wiffle balls, right? They have holes in them, so the wind catches them and they don't fall down as quickly. So you can do the same thing. Toss it up. Boom. Toss it down, right? Catch it. Toss it down. That doesn't make much sense, does it? If you want to get fancy, do a little tricks. You can throw it over your shoulder. Try to catch it. Do whatever. This can pass the time. Maybe you're just walking around the house and you're tossing the ball, trying to catch it, trying to never drop the ball. Okay? You can do whatever you want. Go backwards. Remember some of the exercise we did in the video? Okay? Last time, maybe you guys can do that with the ball. Maybe we're going in place, trying to jump, trying to catch the ball, right? Or maybe we're squatting down, coming back up, squatting down, coming back up. Whatever you want. You guys can get creative with this. So you can do a wiffle ball. Maybe we get some even bigger, like a kickball, right? Some a little larger. You can try to catch it. Again, one hand, okay? Toss it over the shoulder, catch it with two hands, squat down, okay? Like this. You can do these. You can walk, okay? Do quicker like this. You can do whatever you want with the ball, if you have it. Some of us might have tennis balls. Look around the house. If we have dogs or pets, there's probably something like a ball that you could grab. It might be have a little slobber on it, but clean it off and then you can toss it. And if you're going to really get fancy, and you want to try your luck at juggling, you're probably going to do better than me. It took me a long time. I had a friend teach me a couple years ago. Take two balls in one hand. Take another ball in this hand. And I apologize, I'm not the best at teaching how to juggle, but this is just how I learned. You toss one ball, and then, boom. You guys got it? Was that easy? Oh, ready? Maybe you guys go on one leg. Switch it up. Oh! You guys can do better than me. But, mix it up. Try whatever you guys want, okay? So that was the first ball exercise that you guys can do while at home. Grab anything, handkerchief, a towel, a ball, whatever. Toss it up. Play around with it. Mix it up, right? Okay, let's see what we got next. All right. Now we're going to move on to some basketball stuff. Anybody remember when we did basketball? I think it was the first thing we did when I first got here. For anybody who doesn't remember what a basketball is, no worries. Okay, it's this big one right here. Some of you, for the younger students, you can get a smaller basketball. That's okay. And anything we do with a basketball, if all you have is a kickball or a soccer ball, that's okay. You can use that. So first, before we even bounce this on the ground, there's a couple things that I had you guys do that you can do at home, in your bedroom, in the kitchen, in the living room, in the backyard, whatever. And it can be done quietly. That's the great thing. Maybe your parents are watching TV and they don't want you to make too much noise. We can grab a basketball and you can do some of these things. First thing, remember, we roll it around our head like this. Okay? Keeping our two hands on the ball all the way around. If you want to get fancy, you can let it go with one hand and then grab it. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Looks like that. If that's too easy, which I know some of you are like, Mr. Bradley, that's way too easy. Then, keep it going. Go around the hip, okay, or the waist. Go this way, then switch it up. Go this way. Man, still too easy? You guys sure? Okay, here we go. Then, you back it up. You can go down, bend down a little bit, right? And let's go around our knees. So it looks like this. How's that look? Still too easy, switch it up. Now, when you're doing that, you can go up, down, stay in the middle. Do whatever you want, try it out. But the key, try not to drop it. So for some of us who have smaller hands, and I do not have big hands, so this was a challenge when I was a young boy, okay? Keep it against your body. So roll it against the body, right? Like this. Boom, come down here, roll it. And then all the way at the end, you can go to the ankles and the feet. So we're kind of sitting down here. Switch it up. Woo. Come up. You can squat down. There it is. That's just a couple things you can do with the basketball. How's that? Good deal? Next, some dribbling drills. Now this is going to create a little bit more noise, so make sure you ask your parents, can I do this, in case somebody needs something to be quiet around the house. I recommend maybe going into your backyard or maybe stepping foot on the patio or the porch, okay? Getting a hard surface to dribble on. Not probably your kitchen counters or your parents' work desk, but the ground, right? And so what you'll do, remember, we practice this. We just bounce it, right? We try to put our hand on top of the ball and just bounce it in front of us, even. You guys notice that the ball is coming kind of right up to my waist, my hip. That's where we want it. Now, when you've mastered the right hand, or your dominant hand, go over to the left side. Boom. Perfect. Now you can tell I'm looking at the ball, and that's perfectly fine. I'm focused. But if I want to take my eyes off and make it even more hard, I look up, okay, and I still dribble. When you've mastered the other hand, start crisscrossing. Back and forth. Let's get away from the plants. Back and forth. I look down, I squat, I get a little lower, a little faster, come back up, I'm looking away, there it is. And everything is smooth and even. We just keep doing this. Maybe we count how many times before I mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was a little bit of a mess up, but you just keep going. These are these are little things you can do in the morning when you wake up, right before you go to bed. All right? A little bit more of a challenge. You can go between the legs with this when we're crossing. Right? Remember we did this? Down, and then you cross. Okay? So, down, cross. And then grab the ball. Down, cross. Grab the ball. Do it with the other side. Down, cross. Grab the ball. Down, cross. Grab the ball. If you want to go between both legs, if you're feeling extra special, here we go. Ooh, that wasn't the best start. You ready? Down, cross, 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 cross. Go backwards, cross, cross. There it is. How's that? First off, don't tell Miss Brown I was dribbling in her room. I don't know if she'd like that. Okay? So, again, you can just dribble basketball, one hand, both hands. Here we go. Back and forth, or you can cross, right? Maybe you want to go behind the back. Here it is. Here it is. How's that? Who's doing that? Okay, so cross behind the back. Cross behind the back. Cross behind the back. You guys can play around with this. By no time, you're going to be the best dribblers ever. All right? And lastly, with the basketball, if you have a sibling, maybe an older brother or sister, or if you have a parent or someone to be there with you, you can work on your passing. Now, I'm not going to pass this ball to you guys because You're not going to catch it, unfortunately, and it'll break the phone. So, when we pass, though, remember there are 2 passes we can do that we've practiced. Can you tell me what they were? Anybody? 2nd graders, 3rd? 7th and 8th graders, you don't know? You don't remember? First pass is a chest pass. So I'm passing from my chest to the person who's catching's chest. Boom. It doesn't bounce on the ground. When I'm passing, I always take a step forward, right? Remember? So I grab the ball, I step, the ball's at my chest, and I pass. When you catch it, if the pass is coming to me, should I try to catch it with 1 hand or 2? 2, you got it right. Ball comes, 2 hands. If y'all want to dribble, then I pass. Boom. Did you get faked out there? Yeah? Okay. What's the 2nd pass? Anybody? 7th and 8th graders got it this time. It is a bounce pass. Same thing, 2 hands. I step forward, and then from my chest, I bounce it on the ground to my partner, or whoever I'm throwing it to. So it'd be like this. Boom. And then the ball goes to the next person. Make sense? So we can do a chest pass or a bounce pass. How are we feeling? All right, let me make sure that the camera's still running and we'll keep going. Woo! Looks like we're good. Anybody sweating right now? I'm not. But I wanted to run through a couple of these games with you guys so you guys can play around, have a little fun while you're on break, right, or while you're at home. Okay? Let's see what we got next. Ooh, this is Mr. Bradley's favorite. Everybody knows these. What is this? Frisbee, or as some students like to call them, saucers. I like that, saucers, right? Frisbees, okay, discs. So, yes, one of the most recent units that we were all playing, kindergarten through 8th grade, everybody was practicing at this, was with Frisbee, or ultimate Frisbee if we were playing with partners and teams, right? You guys did amazing at this. From the beginning when we could barely catch or throw a Frisbee, to the end, you guys could pass, you could catch, you could score with it, right? You guys were great. So I know you guys can practice. So what I'm challenging you to do with the Frisbee, if you have one, of course, at home, is to practice with a sibling. Teach them how to throw a Frisbee. Or with your parents. Say, hey, Mom, I want to show you how to throw a Frisbee, right? Hey, Dad, can you play catch with me? Hey, grandparents, hey, whoever, right? If you want to throw it with your dog, go for it. Hopefully they don't tear it up, though. But if you have a Frisbee, okay, we're going to run through a couple things that you can do at home. So, remember, when you're playing Frizz, the most important thing, okay, is to be safe. Because if you toss a little ball, and it won't hurt, right? But if you toss a Frisbee and you hit someone, that's going to hurt. So we want to avoid that. So we got to be safe when we're throwing the Frisbees. Remember, the face of the Frisbee needs to be facing away from us, correct? Correct. We're here. I always kind of, if I'm throwing it at you guys, I'm facing away. I'm going to step and throw. Now, should my arm ever come up here? What about this? Should I let the Frisbee go right there? Okay. How about this? Should I start up here and go down? Not unless I'm trying to throw to the insects. Okay. I'm right here. I try to keep it right at my waist. Face of the Frisbee is pointing away from me. And I throw. Do I snap my wrist? Correct. Yes. Easy. And then I pass it or toss it to whoever is there to catch it. Now, friends, the Frisbee is not something that you're probably going to do by yourself, right? So nobody should be tossing this against the wall. Nobody should be trying to dribble this, okay? I guess the only thing you could be doing by yourself with this is something like I'm doing. You fling it and you catch it. Fling it and you catch it. Like this. But, sticking to stuff we've done in class, keep it down, you're going to step and you're going to throw. Like so. Right? Somebody caught it, I promise you. So a couple more tosses so you guys can see. Remember, keep it down. I step and lightly throw it. I got to make sure I'm always looking at the person I'm throwing to. Okay? Because look, if I'm looking at you and I want to throw to you, yet I take my eyes off you, I turn my body, and I just throw it. Bad things can happen, right? The Frisbee can go into the air. It can break something in our home. We don't want that. keep your eyesight on the person you're throwing to. So if I'm throwing to my friend who's right there, I wait, I toss when he or she is ready, and boom, they catch it. Here we go. A couple more, we're going quick. Boom. You guys are running. You ready? Are you running to catch it? Boom. And now lastly, maybe to have a little extra fun if you're with your parent and they can do this and you have a frisbee. This is what I used to love when I was a kid. Maybe you're in your room and you start at the one side of the room and you run and you jump onto your bed or a couch or something soft. And maybe your parent tosses you after you've shown them how to throw a frisbee and they catch it, or you catch it, sorry. That'd be kind of fun, right? So you're running. I say go, go. Run, 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 run. Parent tosses it. You catch it right on your bed. Touchdown. I don't know if we say touchdown, but score, goal, whatever. All right, so that's what we're doing with our frisbees, okay? What about this one? Should we throw this little frisbee? I'm going to throw it at you. Did you catch it? Good deal. All right, what is next? Okay, we're going to move on to our most recent unit that unfortunately we had to kind of cut short, right? Which was, drum roll, it has a food in it. What is it? No, it is not watermelon ball. Keep trying. No, it is not cucumber ball. Keep trying. You guys don't remember? What is it? Sauerkraut ball? No, it's pickleball. Right? Pickleball. We're trying. Okay? Now here's, with pickleball, we might not have our paddles. If you don't have a paddle, it's okay. You don't need to go buy one or anything like that. But if you do have one, you can try this. Now there's a couple variations. Maybe you have a tennis racket that you can hold. That'll work. Maybe you have a ping-pong paddle. That's a little smaller. That will work. And if you want to get creative, maybe you can get something hard, like a clipboard, or maybe like a hard, lighter book. Something you can hold in your hand, right? And that's not very valuable. What you're going to do is you're going to take your wiffle ball if you have one, or if you want to use a ping pong ball, that's solid. If you want to use a tennis ball, that's okay. Anything, right? And all you're going to do, remember, here's the first challenge. You're going to set it on the paddle, or the racket, right? And all you're doing is keeping it there. Trying to see how long you can balance with the ball. Maybe you take your eyes off of it. And I look forward. Woo. Maybe we go into a balancing pose like we worked on, with one of our hands out, and we keep doing it. Okay? Maybe we do some lunges. Boom. Try to keep it. Right? Here it is. Now as you can see, I'm holding it with one hand. Let's grab the paddle with the other hand. Put it here. Try to do it now. Extend my hand out. Bring it back in. Go to one side. Go to the other side. Let's see this. How about this? Touch the ground. Oh, I lost it. Did you guys lose it? You guys are still going? All right, I'm going to join in. Here we go. Ready? I go to touch the ground. I come back up. Maybe I extend it overhead. So, you can kind of practice this. A couple of you were champs at this when we were doing this in class, right? You can hold it for minutes. Now, if you want to try something new, a little challenge, here you go. You ready? Older students. Toss it up and then let it come back down. Okay, here we go. One more. Okay, switch hands. Alright, here we go. How about this? I'm going to toss it up. I'm going to flip my paddle. There it is. Try again. Woo. Flip it up. There you go. Okay. Switch hands. How about this? Ready? Try this. So I'm going to toss it up. I'm going to switch paddles with my hand. Okay, here we go. One more time. There it is. Keep it going. Woo. Now, those are holding the ball steady on the paddle. Now let's try a couple things where we're bouncing it. You ready? So remember, I just keep my paddle flat no matter what I'm using. A tennis racket, if you want to hold it with two hands, that's okay. Alright? Some of us, the thing might be a little too big, so you got to hold it with two hands. Keep trying. You're tossing it. Maybe you're walking around the house. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe you're on the phone. What's up, dude? How you doing? You're asking your best friends at another house how they're staying physical? Hey, have you watched Mr. Bradley's Indoor P.E? I know, right? It's the coolest video I've ever seen in my whole entire life, right? Totally. Ah, but don't get distracted. Okay, so once you've called your friends and told them about Mr. Bradley's Indoor P.E. and said how wonderful it is and how Mr. Bradley is the greatest teacher ever. Just kidding. Yeah, he's okay. You can keep practicing. Keep hitting it up. Maybe go a little higher. Again, older students, ready? You're going to do some squats with it. Oh. Here you go. Switch hands. Squat down. Come up. Maybe we're moving. Woo. Right? Open, close. Make some one-arm jumping jacks. I think I'm off. Get creative. Mess around. You guys can do whatever you want, okay? So long as we're being safe. We're listening to our parents, making sure we're following all the rules of the house. All right? And not hurting anyone. Okay. That's the pickleball. Now, we got volleyball. For some of our younger students, we didn't get to this unit. But for our 8th graders, 7th, 6th, 5th, and maybe our 3rd and 4th graders, we were starting to practice this during the pickleball unit, right? So, with volleyball, what we were doing before we left school, okay, we were just working on our hitting. Getting familiar with how to hit a volleyball. It's different from baseball, it's different from basketball.